which was your first reaction when you read the script of Burning the X?
I laughed a lot. And, you know, it was weird because I related to Evelyn and these characters in some sense, even though it's this kind of, you know, horror, comedy, rom-zom film. You know, I had such a good time with it, and knowing that Joe Dante was going to direct it, you kind of read that in mind. If you know any of his work, you kind of read it with that in mind. And I loved it. I thought it would be so fun to do.
I read it and I went, oh, a film about movies. You know, I love it. I'm in immediately. Like just a movie about movies, sold. And Joe, of course. Joe making a movie about movies, it's a good equation.
It was really different and unique and really fun and like nothing I'd read before. And I really liked my character. And I thought that I could bring something interesting to it.
Who was that?
FedEx.
This late?
Yeah, well, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight.
Well, we both have been discussing we're afraid of scary movies, even though we made one. You know, fear is a funny thing. I think you can conquer it or you can allow it to control you. And for me, I think you should absolutely go after what you fear and try and conquer it, because otherwise it will just kind of take over.
You sure you don't want to dry off first?
After wetter the better, baby.
I think a good dose of fear can help you be a better person and
propels you.
Yeah, it sort of keeps you in line, I think, as long as you don't allow it to control you. What is bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's
acting in spite of it.
Acting in spite of it.
If you carry fear, you then carry it the rest of your life until you can get rid of it, and it affects every little thing you do, I think. First a little bit, and then more and more and more and more. And I think historically you see that in repressed nations. I'm sorry, I'm getting heavy. I should have just said, you gotta let go of your fears. Have no fear. Oh dear.
Evelyn isn't just a straight villain. She's a girl going through a very difficult period in a way. I mean, besides the fact that she's a zombie, but just in the reality of it is she's losing someone that she loves and having difficulty with it, and she is jealous and scared and angry, and I felt all those emotions. And so I think, you know, I was aware of that when relating to Evelyn as the character. And I think also she's just sort of, yeah, just as herself, she's a fun, quirky character, and she meets Max and they get along so well, and then you just sort of have a natural evolution as this new ex-girlfriend comes into the picture, and it was a really fun story and a really fun character to play.
Yeah, I think that's what bothered Evelyn the most, is that she could, seeing that you were actually his match. Like, these two characters really did belong together. And that's a flaw I think a lot of people make, is that you can love someone and you can want to be with them, but if you're actually not compatible with them, you're pushing for something that's not there, and it's going to end up bad. Just, you know, not good.
Wow.
The thing about Max is a pushover. He's very passive-aggressive, you know? So he allows this one woman, or young woman, to take over his life, and then it comes back, because it's a genre film, as a zombie, to continue controlling his life. And for me, the fun was to build in that kind of passive-aggressive, like, oh, okay, well, I'll do this. You know, he's a pushover, and only by the end does he realize, okay, I gotta say what I want in life, you know?
This is gonna be fun. Now, where were we?
Exes, you just gotta kill them, like in the movie. It's really simple.